I'm recording this as part of a case file review. This case is based on a real missing persons investigation that confused detectives for years. Because the victim did not simply vanish, she continued to exist, at least financially. The victim was a 31-year-old woman named Lauren Mitchell. Lauren lived alone in a small apartment complex and worked as a dental hygienist. She was close with her family. She spoke to her sister almost every day. She followed routines. She paid her bills on time. She rarely traveled without telling someone. On the evening of March 18th, Lauren told her sister she was staying home. She said she felt tired. She said she would call the next morning. She never did. At 8:42 a.m., Lauren failed to show up for work. At 9:10 a.m., her phone went straight to voicemail. At 10:30 a.m., her sister went to Lauren's apartment. The door was locked. Lauren's car was in its usual spot. Inside the apartment, everything looked normal. Her purse was on the kitchen counter. Her laptop was open. Her phone charger was plugged in. But her phone was gone. So were her keys. There were no signs of a struggle. No broken items. No forced entry. Police were notified that afternoon. At first, detectives believed Lauren may have left voluntarily, until they checked her bank records. At 11:17 a.m., less than 3 hours after she was reported missing, Lauren's debit card was used. The purchase was small, a cup of coffee, made at a gas station less than 2 miles from her apartment. Security footage showed a woman at the register. She was wearing a hoodie. Her face was partially visible. Investigators could not confirm whether it was Lauren. The woman paid and left. At 2:46 p.m., the card was used again. This time at a grocery store. The items were basic: bread, milk, fruit, nothing unusual. The purchases continued. Over the next 4 days, Lauren's card was used 9 times, always locally, always during the day, always for ordinary items, never for gas, never for travel, never online. Just enough activity to suggest someone was living normally. Police reviewed surveillance footage from each location. Sometimes the footage showed a woman matching Lauren's build. Sometimes the camera angle was blocked. Sometimes the footage was missing entirely. Detectives could not confirm it was her, but they also could not prove it wasn't. Lauren's phone was never used. No calls, no texts, no data, just silence. On the 5th day, the purchases stopped. Lauren's card was never used again. Police obtained a warrant and accessed her bank account directly. Nothing else was missing. No withdrawals, no transfers, no suspicious activity. It was as if someone had simply stopped. Investigators expanded the search. They interviewed coworkers, friends, neighbors. No one recalled seeing Lauren after the night she disappeared. One neighbor reported hearing footsteps in the hallway early the next morning. Another reported hearing the apartment door close. Neither saw anyone. Cell phone records showed Lauren's phone last pinged near her apartment at 11:02 p.m., the night before she vanished. The signal never moved after that, which suggested her phone never left the building. Months later, detectives reviewed the gas station footage again, frame by frame. They noticed something subtle. The woman at the register reaches into her pocket to pay, but she hesitates. She looks down at the card. Then she flips it over, as if checking the name. Lauren's sister was shown the footage. She paused the video and pointed to the screen. She said, "Lauren never carried her card like that." Investigators asked what she meant. The sister explained that Lauren always kept her debit card in a small wallet. She never carried it loose. She never checked the name. She never hesitated. That meant something uncomfortable. Whoever was using the card may not have been Lauren. Detectives re-examined the apartment. This time, they noticed something small. In the kitchen trash can, at the bottom, a grocery receipt from the same store where Lauren's card had been used. Time stamped 1 hour before the transaction appeared in the bank records, which meant the receipt existed before the purchase was recorded. No one could explain how that was possible. The case went cold. Years passed. Lauren was legally declared dead, but her disappearance never stopped bothering investigators, because in the weeks after she vanished, Lauren's online accounts remained untouched. No logins, no searches, no activity, except for one thing: a password reset request sent to her email 3 days after the last card purchase. The request was never completed. The IP address was traced. It came from inside Lauren's apartment building, not her unit, but another one. That apartment had been vacant at the time. No tenant, no lease, no records of any